Welcome to Kathy's Hobby Corner.
Hey y'all. We are doing a quick tour out here. And we are in the middle of fall, well, middle of September. As y'all can see, I had transplanted two of my bell pepper plants. And they're struggling a little bit. Like I told you, I wasn't sure if I would lose a lot of things. But although these older leaves are turning a little yellow, you can see the top leaves, the new leaves are coming out green. So it is trying to recover. We had already harvested most of the fruit off of that one. This one here, same thing. We transplanted. It's got a few new leaves coming out from the transplant. We had harvested a lot of the fruit off of it already. And these plants are actually standing about almost 2 feet tall. So they really did outstanding. Our ones up here are a little weary because it's not too bad out here, but it was very drying yesterday. So we've watered, and we are continuing to monitor any new growth that is coming from the plants. These here are smaller plants. These were original transplants we did a while ago. We've harvested I think one or two bell peppers off of them. I need to come clear all these bottom leaves off, but we're at the end of this season, so whatever is on here now is probably all we're going to get. Moving that one around because it's kind of big. All right, so we'll continue to see what these do. As you can see, these are already turning colors, so that is also a sign to me that we're at the end of the bell pepper season. These are smaller in stature, but still growing. I think this one had some damage. Yeah, this one got a little damage. So, still a new one up here at the very top. Still a few flowers here and there. But we're coming to the end. I'll be removing the last of these little lettuces. I really have just kept some of them around for the I've really just kept some of them around for the leaves that continue to bloom. The squash. Okay, I need to harvest that squash. It's a nice size squash. I have one there, I have one here. Need to harvest this one. Y'all know we do vertical gardening with these squash plants so that they can continue on up. I showed you on those earlier in the season. Okay, and this one has another one on it coming in. You'll see that baby one coming in. So we'll continue to watch it. Haven't seen, thank goodness at this time, I haven't seen any squash beetles, but we continue to watch the plants. Just make sure they're okay. This one never really got a big start, but as you can see, it's still doing its thing. It's still got flowers coming, so we'll leave it be. But I think I'm gonna come back out and harvest this squash, and might give that one back there a little bit more time, but I definitely want to get these cabbages out of here. Just taking a quick tour. Our carrot, y'all know, it fell off early in the spring, so it's not really doing a whole lot. We got to get this potato soil put up. The fig tree, guys, that we put in the ground seems to be doing okay. I told y'all about the new leaves that were coming on it, and it's actually The leaves have darkened up, whereas they had a lot of yellow spotting originally. And look at there. That's new. That one's new. All the other figs fell off because I think the trauma of the root being root bound. But you see all these new leaves. So it's definitely taken to being in the ground. So we'll continue to watch it. We're at the end of this tomato growing season. We still have a few coming in. So we've been monitoring it. And as y'all can see, some of the flowers are still trying to be up there. I'll probably come out today to clean it up a little bit to remove some of the yellowing leaves. But we pretty much did most of the removal in the beginning when we got rid of the leaves that were too low down so it wouldn't hinder airflow. That is the key. Come back out and harvest what tomatoes. I do see that already, but we still got some coming up here. Got some down there, but yeah, I'll definitely be cutting off these old leaves today. There's our other baby fig. And this one didn't grow as well as the other one did at the beginning of the year. And it could be just that, I don't know, it just did not take off. We put them both in the ground at the same time. And of course, you know, the other fig, the roots were all over the place. And this one still doing okay. I don't see any roots coming out the bottom, so it has not outgrown the pot. This is our kiwi berry vine. As you can see, it did establish itself during the season. We've got to get all these weeds out of here, though. These are a type of weed. Don't take but a second to pour those weeds out of there. We need to water this, though, because it looks really dry. So we'll put some water on it because it hasn't rained. Let's see what happens with it. Our blackberry vines, as y'all can see, are here and there in that white tire. And they've covered the trellis, and we got a few white flowers up there at the very top. And I assume we'll probably end up blooming. I've been having birds land on these, and that's why they're breaking. Y'all see that? These birds are heavy. They're trying to land on the berries. Oh, there's some that darkened up. It's another really good one. I put these little cheesecloth things over here, mesh lids, to protect the blackberries. So I'll come back out and get those so they have time to darken up. Our tomatoes down here seem to be doing okay. Well, nope. They were doing okay a few days ago. These are still fine. I need to find out what's going on with this one. This one's not doing well. Need to check the water. It actually looks like water is not going in the pot like we had it doing. But the tomatoes are still, the ones with the beefsteaks are still coming in down here. I need to check these okras, and I need to come harvest a few of these okras. That's a good one. And I see a couple up there that I need to. And y'all see, we still got some flowers coming. Still got some flowers. I need to finish chopping off the top of these collards because we are resetting, going into spring. I love these flowers on the okra. So beautiful. Alright, so we got a little bit more. I see I need to harvest that one. I'm going to finish chopping down, like I said, all these collards because we still have an infestation. See these little bugs? I just gave it over to them because they're actually in the soil. So I gave it over to them. Our black-eyed peas or pink-eyed peas are coming to the end of their season as well. If I didn't pick them, I let them go to seed or get dark, and we'll be harvesting the last of what we see coming off of the trellis. And this is a cattle panel. All right, let's make our way over. Our way over. I think that's one of those Japanese beetles. That is not a ladybug. Something to keep in mind. I'll check on these few apples. I think they're almost as far along as they're going to get. We didn't get that many this year, guys. We only got a few this year, so I don't know. Next year, I may not even do as much. Just let the tree do what it do. Let the squirrels steal what they will. And our peach tree has moved up to the sky. Keeping an eye on it. Here is our plum tree. This is a Santa Rosa plum, and it's doing okay. Our raspberries, they're doing all right. That season is over. And the vines are dying out. We need to make sure we're secure, and I might need to get a couple of more of these trellises to keep these from getting on the ground. So we'll get a few more. We had to use them mid-season for some other things, but we'll grab a couple more. Our strawberry bin has been struggling. Y'all know we cleared out half to give this section room to start growing back the other way, and to clear up some of the space around our blueberries, our 2 blueberry bushes. We also planted another blueberry bush back there, and we'll see what happens. But our strawberries are starting to die down. Now these are the ones that I transplanted, and as y'all can see, the tops died that were holding majority of them, those bases that we planted. But you see the dark leafy new growth coming out of the ground. So not too bad, and it'll give some space for these to start moving back this way across the bend to give us some new growth. So I think it was still successful. I need to do some cleanup out here. Here is our second bin of okra, and I need to come out. Got some I can harvest. I have several I see that I can harvest. Yeah. So we'll be back out here to harvest these. All right, y'all. We are at the watermelon bin. I told y'all that a mole got in here and went underneath it, and it separated some of the vine from the soil, the roots from the soil, and the plant began to die. But we still have a few that were taken care of. See if I can find the spindle on this one. This one isn't ready. We had to put a cage up after we had something come in here and try to Okay, that one may be getting to harvesting size. Let's see if I can move the fencing. All right, so we are in here. This one's still doing well. And what we're paying attention to, we gave it the supports so it won't be pulling on the vine, but we're paying attention to the little closest spindle, and this spindle is still really vibrant and green, so it is still growing. Checking on this one. This one has been coming in for a while. And this looks to be the closest spindle, and actually this spindle is starting to die out. Y'all see that? I can get the camera to focus on it. Alright, so that spindle is starting to die out. So we may be almost close to the time of being able to harvest this one. Let's see one here growing. I see one down here growing. Let's see. Oh, I see one over here growing. This one died out, guys. I think this one was part of where the mole went underground. Y'all see where the ground is raised? The mole came in the box and he went underground. Looks like he went out this way or went down under this way. And when that soil separated, I think it caused the vine to start to die. But it's still pushing forward. You see we still got some leaves here and even a possible there. I see a little one there. So we'll keep an eye on the watermelons. I do realize I'm going to have to maybe put them inside of a grow bag or something so that moles can't go through and disturb the roots. And that way, you know, we can have better potential. So I'll keep y'all posted. Oh, I see a little one down here. Right there. Y'all see it? Don't see any more, but we'll keep an eye out. See a flower going out that way, so that's a good sign. All right, let's cage this back up because we don't want anything getting in here. Last but not least, we still have a few onions down here growing. Everything else has kind of died off in this bin. Going into the fall, but our onions have been giving us onions, and we've been harvesting and making onion flake seasoning to sprinkle on our food. And this really have enjoyed it. I still do buy the big onions, the big bulb onions, because, you know, I haven't mastered growing big bulb onions, but we'll get around to it. So that is a quick tour. Oh, I didn't tell y'all about the long beans. We did a nice size harvest of long beans. I'll come back down here with my water hose. We still got a few coming in. A few more coming in. And that one's ready for me to harvest. We have a few smaller ones here. Most of the ones across the top have passed on. But we still have some growth down here. Now this is a good one. And I will tell y'all, at the hottest part of the season, a lot of these kind of shriveled and got kind of abnormally long. Okay, there's a good one. Need to come back out and get that one. When they're the size of a number 2 pencil, guys, they're ready to be harvested. So I need to come back out and get those. Let me check this one. I don't like them being on the ground. See, something tried to eat that one. Ants got in there. So I'll just get rid of that one. This is a good one. It's a baby. Okay, I do see where the plants are starting over again. Here's one that something ate that was on the ground. So you really got to try to keep on top of them. I usually move them up and try to move them over the top so they're not laying on the ground. Just loop them up and over. This one's got some new growth on it. I'm just gonna bring it back this way so I can watch it. And we've got a few more coming in down there. I see some on the other side. Oh, I see these coming in as well. I'm gonna loop that one up so it's not on the ground. Gonna loop this one up a little bit so it's not on the ground. That'll give it some time to grow. Usually they start out real strong and they get up to the top and they start putting spindles out for flowers. And the reason why is because they know they got to get up high in order to have space to grow. Okay, I'm gonna get this one up off the ground. But yeah, you just have to keep an eye on them. I think I might put my water sprayer out. Come back out here and work on some of the collard greens. I do, in my compost area, we did a whole lot of putting away of the sweet potato vines that after I harvested my leaves off of them. And those have to have time to break down. So I ran out of room for more garden rubbish. So what I think I'm going to do is probably while I'm out, see about getting some more garbage cans, plastic garbage cans, that I can sit in the ground and break down the garden rubbish back to soil. So that's probably what we'll be doing this morning. I do need to take this sunflower base out. I left it growing because last year when I had, I think, 10 sunflowers, I left them in the ground after I harvested the head, and it actually grew an additional head. Not as big as the original, but I thought that was cool just to be able to see the flowers. So that may have been a fluke, I'm not sure, but it happened and I enjoyed seeing it. So, yeah, so I think I need to, it's had enough time. I definitely need to remove this sunflower stalk. This blackberry is still pushing and growing. I guess if I just leave it alone, it'll do what it's supposed to do. All right. Thanks for watching.
Dance in the gold.